Ever feel like your life is 1 inch away from clicking? Like you're standing in front of a door labeled your potential, gripping the handle, and it just won't open? The sun rises, the world moves, everyone else seems to have a map. And you've got 1,000 ideas, a heavy chest, and a quiet fear you can't name without it becoming real. What if you're meant for something greater and you never become it? Meet a young adult who looks fine on the outside, smiling, functioning, scrolling, while inside they're carrying an invisible weight made of should, someday, and not yet. A person who keeps waiting for confidence to show up like an invitation until one ordinary day cracks something open. Because what happens next isn't a miracle, it's better. It's the moment they learn the truth no one tells you about purpose. You don't find it by thinking harder. You find it by taking one brave step, small enough to do today. And that first step, it changes everything.
The sun rose the way it always did, slowly, patiently, like it had all the time in the world. Golden light slid over hills and rooftops, brushing the edges of sleeping streets. In apartment windows, silhouettes moved like quiet questions. Somewhere, a kettle clicked off. Somewhere else, an alarm began its relentless beeping and was silenced with a slap that carried no conviction. In one small apartment, a young adult sat on the edge of a bed, staring at a pair of shoes as if they belonged to someone else. Not broken shoes, not worn-out shoes, just waiting shoes. The kind you put on when you have somewhere to go, the kind that expects something from you. A phone buzzed on the nightstand. A highlight reel of perfect lives spilled onto the screen, smiling faces, promotions, travel photos, marathon medals, new beginnings in bright fonts. The young adult watched with a tired half smile, the way you might watch fireworks from too far away. Beautiful, distant, and somehow not meant for you. A small object sat beside the phone, a little metal keychain shaped like a key, shiny but useless. It didn't fit anything. The young adult turned it over in their fingers, and something inside them tightened. Ever feel like you're living near your life, but not in it? Like your potential is right there, close enough to taste, but something keeps you stuck behind an invisible wall. This is where our story begins, not with a grand adventure, with an almost. The young adult's name was Alex. Alex was the kind of person friends described with generous words that sounded suspiciously like unfinished sentences. Alex is so talented. Alex has so much potential. Alex could do anything if. That word followed Alex like a shadow that learned to whisper. Alex had tried a lot of things. A guitar that leaned against a wall, strings untouched for weeks. A half-painted canvas in the closet. A stack of books with titles that promised transformation in 10 easy steps. A planner filled with highlighters and hope until the pages turned blank again. Some mornings, Alex woke up filled with an idea so bright it could have lit the room. And by lunchtime, that idea would be gone, replaced by a heavy fog of doubt. Because Alex's mind had a voice that sounded like reality and behaved like a bully.
It said things like, "You're not good enough. You're already behind. Other people are naturally gifted. You're trying." And the one that got Alex every time, "What if you try and it still doesn't work?" So Alex did what many people do when they're afraid of failing loudly. Alex delayed quietly, day after day. Scrolling, comparing, planning instead of practicing, waiting to feel ready, like readiness was a package that would arrive at the door with a bow and instructions inside. Alex worked a job that was fine like lukewarm coffee in gray skies, the kind of fine that sounded responsible when you said it out loud. But inside, it felt like wearing a sweater 2 sizes too small. On the outside, Alex smiled, showed up, did the tasks, nodded at the meetings, laughed at the jokes. On the inside, Alex carried a question like a stone in their pocket. Is this it? And then, one day, the stone became too heavy.
It was a normal day, normal like a routine that had started to feel like a loop. An office meeting, a bright conference room, a whiteboard filled with words that looked important but felt empty. A supervisor announced a new project, something creative, something visible, something that would lead to bigger opportunities. Alex's heart lifted before their mind could stop it. "This," the heart whispered. But then the supervisor pointed at someone else. "Let's have you lead this," they said, and everyone clapped politely. Alex clapped too, smiled too, the right amount, the safe amount. But inside, something cracked, quietly, like ice under a careful foot. After the meeting, Alex walked to the break room and stared at a vending machine without seeing it. The lights hummed overhead. Someone laughed in the hallway. Alex looked at their hands. They were shaking, not dramatically, not enough for anyone to notice, just enough for Alex to feel it. Later, outside, the air was crisp. The sky was too blue, as if mocking. Alex walked without thinking, turning corners until the office building was far behind. Somewhere between the crosswalk and the next street, Alex stopped. The city kept moving. Cars whooshed past. People rushed around. Life relentless and busy. And Alex just stood there, breath caught in the chest like a trapped bird. A whisper escaped, small and fierce. "I can't do this forever." And then, as if the universe had been waiting for permission, Alex turned and walked into the one place they hadn't planned to be. A tiny park tucked between buildings, an unexpected pocket of green in the middle of concrete. Trees swayed gently, sunlight flickered through leaves like soft applause. On a bench near a fountain sat an older person with a warm scarf and calm eyes, feeding crumbs to a cluster of bold pigeons that strutted like they owned the world. One pigeon hopped onto the bench, puffed its chest, and stared Alex down like a tiny bouncer. Alex couldn't help it. A laugh slipped out. The older person's eyes drifted to the key-shaped keychain in Alex's hand. The older person glanced up, smiling with the kind of smile that didn't ask anything of you. "Tough crowd," they said, nodding at the pigeon. Alex's laugh widened a little. Then the older person's eyes drifted to the key-shaped keychain in Alex's hand. "Interesting," they said softly. "A key with nowhere to go." Alex blinked. "It's just a keychain." The older person offered a crumb to a pigeon with ceremonial seriousness. "And yet, you've been holding it the whole time." Alex looked down. Sure enough, their fingers had been gripping it like a lifeline. "I don't know why," Alex admitted, voice smaller than intended. The older person tilted their head. "Maybe because it represents something you don't want to say out loud?" Alex swallowed. The pigeons fluttered and argued. The fountain gurgled like it was trying to mind its own business. Alex finally let the words fall out. "I feel like I'm meant for something more, but I don't know what. And every time I try, I stop. I get scared. I get stuck." The older person's face didn't change with surprise. It softened with recognition. "Ah," they said, "the invisible weight." Alex frowned. "You know about that?" The older person chuckled. "I've carried it. I've watched people carry it. It's heavy because it's made of what-ifs." They leaned back, eyes on the trees. "Tell me something, Alex. Do you believe purpose is something you find or something you build?" Alex hesitated. "I always thought you find it, like a calling." The older person nodded as if Alex had said exactly what they expected. "Most people do. They wait for a lightning bolt." The older person lifted a hand to the sky like they were presenting it. "But purpose isn't a lightning bolt." They tapped their chest gently. "It's a lantern." Alex stared. "A lantern?" "A lantern," the older person repeated. "It doesn't light the whole road at once. It lights the next few steps, and the next, and the next." Alex's mind reached for arguments, for reasons it couldn't be that simple. But the older person's calm made it hard to fight. "So, how do I build it?" Alex asked. The older person leaned forward, eyes bright. "Curiosity before clarity," they said. Alex blinked. What does that mean? It means you stop demanding a full map. The older person gestured toward the path winding through the park. You take one step and see what appears. Alex's shoulders slumped. I've tried. I start things and then I quit. The older person nodded again, gentle as a breeze. That's because you're chasing confidence. Alex looked up. You think you need to feel ready before you begin, the older person continued. But confidence isn't the ticket you buy before the ride. It's the receipt you get after you pay the price. Alex's throat tightened. The words landed like something true and inconvenient. The older person reached into a bag and pulled out a small notebook. On the cover, in bold letters, it read, "The 7-Day Brave List." They handed it to Alex. For the next 7 days, don't chase confidence, chase curiosity. Do one tiny brave thing each day, small enough you can't talk yourself out of it. Alex flipped through the pages. Each one was blank except for a simple prompt at the top. Today's tiny brave thing. Alex stared. What counts as tiny brave? The older person smiled. Signing up for the class you've been thinking about, sending the email, practicing for 10 minutes instead of waiting for 2 hours, asking someone how they got where they are, sharing something you made, even if it's messy. Alex's stomach fluttered. That sounds terrifying, Alex said. It sounds alive, the older person corrected. Alex held the notebook like it might burst into flames. What if I fail? Alex asked quiet. The older person's voice softened. Then you'll learn, and you'll still be standing. Most dreams don't die from failure, Alex. They die from delay. Alex stared at the notebook again, heart pounding. A pigeon hopped closer and pecked Alex's shoe as if to say, well, we doing this or what? Alex laughed, really laughed this time. And the laughter cracked something open. Okay, Alex whispered. 7 days. Day 1. Alex signed up for a beginner workshop, something creative that made Alex's chest feel both excited and nauseous. Day 2. Alex practiced for 10 minutes, even though a voice in the head screamed this is pointless. Day 3. Alex asked a coworker, someone who always seemed sure of themselves, how they got started. The coworker blinked, surprised, then smiled and told a story about failing spectacularly 3 times before things clicked. Alex walked away thinking, wait, people fail and keep going? Day 4. Alex went to the workshop. The room was full of strangers. The instructor was cheerful and energetic. Alex's hands were sweaty. When it was Alex's turn to share an idea, Alex's mind went blank, completely, hilariously blank. The instructor waited. The room waited. Alex blurted something awkward. A few people chuckled, kindly, not cruelly. Someone nodded like, I get it. Alex's cheeks burned. But then, Alex didn't collapse. Alex didn't evaporate into shame. Alex stayed. And something surprising happened. The world didn't end. On the walk home, the air felt different, not because life had changed overnight, but because Alex had. A tiny, brave thing had been done, and it mattered. Day 5, Alex tried again, better this time. Day 6, Alex made something small, imperfect, wobbly, honest. Day 7, Alex shared it, not to impress anyone, just to be real. And the moment Alex hit post, fear surged like a wave. But then messages came in. Not thousands, not viral, just enough to prove something Alex had forgotten. People connect to honesty. They connect to effort. They connect to growth. That night, Alex sat on the floor of the apartment and stared at the keychain in hand. The metal glinted under the lamp. For the first time, Alex noticed something else on the desk. A small wooden box Alex had bought months ago because it looked inspiring. Alex had intended to fill it with goals, notes, dreams, something meaningful. But it had remained closed, untouched, like a promise Alex was afraid to open. Alex picked it up. On the lid, Alex had written in a burst of optimism months ago, "Potential." Alex swallowed. The word felt like both a blessing and a curse. Hands trembling, Alex tried to open it. It wouldn't budge. Alex laughed bitterly. Of course. Then Alex tried the keychain. It didn't fit. It never had. Alex's frustration flared. Why can't anything just... The box slipped from Alex's hands and hit the floor. Crack. The lid split slightly, not enough to break apart, but enough to hurt. Alex stared at the damage, breath shallow. And the old voice returned, louder than ever. "See, you ruin things. You're not built for this. Go back to safe." Alex's eyes stung. Alex curled on the floor, palms pressed to the face, as if holding in all the years of almost. A silence filled the apartment, thick and heavy. Then Alex remembered the older person's words. Purpose isn't a lightning bolt, it's a lantern. Curiosity before clarity. Alex reached for the notebook. On the last page, the older person had written something Alex hadn't noticed before, tucked in the corner like a secret. "You're not behind, you're becoming." Alex stared at the words until they blurred. A shaky breath came in. Then another. Alex looked at the cracked box again. Slowly, carefully, Alex pried at the split in the lid. This time, it opened. Not because a magic key appeared, because the box was never locked. Alex had been. Inside was emptiness, because Alex had never filled it. And somehow, that didn't feel sad anymore. It felt like space. Like possibility. Alex picked up a pen and began to write. Not a perfect plan, not a 10-year blueprint, just one truth. I feel most alive when I create something that helps someone else feel less alone. Alex's heart beat harder. Another line appeared. I want to build a life where I learn, make, share, and grow. Alex paused, then wrote the smallest, bravest step. Tomorrow, show up again. Days turned into weeks. Alex kept showing up, not with perfect confidence, but with honest effort. Alex practiced on days motivation vanished. Alex learned to ask for feedback without hearing it as failure. Alex began to treat mistakes like information, not identity. The job stayed, for now. Bills still existed, life remained life. But something inside Alex shifted. The center of gravity moved. Alex stopped asking, "Am I good enough?" and started asking, "Am I willing to grow enough?" One afternoon, an opportunity came. Another project, another chance to step into the arena. This time, Alex raised a hand. The room seemed to quiet. Alex could feel the old fear trying to climb back up the spine like a cold draft, but Alex took a breath. Not a dramatic breath, not the kind in movies, just a real one. And Alex spoke. The voice was steady, not because Alex wasn't scared, but because Alex had learned that courage and fear can live in the same body. People listened, not because Alex was flawless, because Alex was present, because Alex cared, because Alex showed up fully. Later, walking home under a sky that looked like a watercolor, Alex realized something so simple it almost made Alex laugh. Purpose wasn't a single moment of clarity. Purpose was a direction, a pattern, a promise kept, one day at a time. Alex reached into a pocket and pulled out the keychain, still useless as a key, still shiny, still the same. But now it felt different. It felt like a reminder, not a wound. Alex smiled and clipped it to the wooden box. now filled with notes, small wins, ideas, and messy beginnings. Because the truth is, potential isn't something you store inside you like a treasure chest. Potential is something you use. And purpose isn't a destination you arrive at once and forever. It's a path you choose, again and again. Somewhere, the sun rose again, and across a city, in different apartments, different rooms, different hearts, people sat at the edge of their own almost. Someone stared at a blank page. Someone hesitated before applying. Someone held back a dream because it felt too big. Someone whispered, "Is this it?" If that someone is you, hear this. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Not a lightning bolt, a lantern. Pick one small, brave step today. Not the perfect step, the honest one. 10 minutes of practice, one email, one uncomfortable conversation, one attempt that proves you're still in the game. Because your purpose is calling you, but it doesn't speak through thoughts alone. It speaks through movement. And when you move, even a little, the road begins to appear. So tell me, what door are you finally ready to open? And here's the part most people miss. Alex didn't find purpose like a hidden treasure. Alex built it, one small, brave step at a time. That's what unlocking your potential really looks like. Not a sudden transformation, not a perfect plan, just a decision to stop living in the waiting room of your own life. So if you've been looking for a sign, let this be it. You don't need to feel ready. You need to move. Pick one tiny, brave step today. 10 minutes of practice, one message, one attempt, one honest start. Because purpose doesn't shout from the mountaintop. It whispers on the path. And the moment you take that step, the lantern turns on. And if this story gave you even one small spark, don't let it fade. Take one tiny, brave step today. If you enjoyed this, please like the video, subscribe for more stories like this, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And tell me in the comments, what door are you finally ready to open? Thanks for listening and spending this time with me. See you in the next one.